Right, good morning everybody. Friday, 1st of May. I'm outside of my garden, as you can see. This is my 4th week now of work. Exactly 4 weeks today that I finished work. Hope you're all okay. What have you all been up to? Shed behind me, little workshop. Give you a quick look around there. Front of the house. I've just been doing some gardening last couple of weeks. The lad's van up drive. He runs his business from my house. He just uses my drive and my garage for his business. Yeah, a lot of gardening, as you can see. Got a lot of garden tidy. All nice and tidy now. And he's cleaned up. Not weeding. Absolutely poured them today. Just turn it around. Yeah, it's been raining out today. So we'll have a look in my little shed. This is my little boat hole. Little man cave, if you want to call it. Just made a bit of a log store there. Like a bench of logs door. That's just a table I work on with me sort of fishing lures and fishing tackle and that. Have a look in the workshop. Give it a bit of a look round my bike, obviously. Under there's my outboard motor from my boat. General fishing gear. I made some of these yesterday. Let me make them up. Fishing weights, just lead weights. Make me on molds out of wood. Just tip it in. GPS football. Fish finder battery for it. Sea fishing gear. Massive pillar drill. Small lathe with my steam engines with past. Hot plate where I can mount my leads, fishing gear, and I also make a cup of tea, whatever. Some of the fishing rods, sea fishing and freshwater fishing. I have a lot more upstairs in the house. I have a converted attic, I just turned it into like a fishing room really. So I have two places I can go. I can either come in here, or I can go upstairs in the attic and mess about with my stuff. But it's only a small shed, 8x8. They're all built out of reclaimed timber really, second-hand timber. It didn't really cost me anything. Got a carpet on one half and like a vinyl floor in the other. That then there's not my breakfast. That's me my lead melting pan, melting my leads. And that there, wood with holes in it, they're just my moulds for my lead. And I use coat hanger wire, coat hanger, strip plastic off. I use that coat hanger wire for loops. No, make some loops, and they're just lead weights, fishing weights really. I've made some big ones for sea fishing. That's been a godsend. I've had that bike now about 18 months, something like that. 2 years been a godsend. Use that quite a lot because right down there, I'm going to make this out. Where are you on camera? No, wrong way around, sorry. Right down there, all that is like a nature reserve. As I say, right at my doorstep. Just it drops down to a banking, and I can pedal for quite a long way down there. So I'm quite lucky. I feel sorry for people who haven't got any space like this, who can wander out in the garden, or they ain't got a workshop, or it must be awful stuck in all day. Just behind the van, that little white thing sticking out of my boat. I'll give you a quick look. I scraped it all and rubbed that bottom down, ready for repainting, but weather's just turned nasty. There's a boat that we did on one of the videos. You can see I've just started rubbing it down. I don't bother covering it up anymore. There it is. I've just repainted it front at garage, the door and the surround, and He's got a new roof on. Look, a bit of block paving head there the other day. Fast Vintic garden. I made that, I know, no laughing. Little birdhouse. Just about keeping yourself busy, isn't it, really? I normally have like a brick, you can see where it's been, like a brick fireplace. So I use some bricks for that block paving over the footpath and some behind the bins. Can always build it again, got plenty of brick, not a problem. But I only took it down because wife were after one, a fire pit come barbecue, but it's sold out, so that's why we've got the burnt grass there. Yeah, all in all, I'm quite lucky to have this quite a big garden. And as I say, I've got 2 bolt holes to go to, one being this and one being my attic. All these bits and pieces down here are related to steam engines that I made, bits of boilers I made and burners and all sorts of them. I think we'll clean out in here about 3 days ago. Used to have a bench here as well, and my bike used to sort of lean against the bench, and well, quite a lot of room being 8x8 shed, 8 foot by 8 foot. Right, that's really what I'm up to. I just started messing about yesterday and I made a small fishing lure out of a piece of wood hook. It's got some weights in bottom, which is actually, yeah, actually fish that way around. And today I might make a few floats. Oh, something else I need to show you. Let me show you this. New little bits of wood carving out of tree stumps and anything I can find really. I made a few of these the other day for the garden. The wood spirit face. And another one over there, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. I dug that up the other day. Garden. Group line, cough syrup bottle. What does that say? Registered. Trobert or something. Trobert. It might be T. Robert actually, I can't really. Yeah, T. Robert, sorry. So I'll leave it there. Don't know how old that is, but it's probably older than me. Right. Let's go and see what else we can make. Right, here's a couple of floats. They're made out of stick really. Got a hole through, you're not going to see it on camera, there's actually a hole through, centre foot line to go through. Made out of a bit of wood. I think these were made out of birch, I think. Here's a couple made previously. I'm going to make some more today. And yeah, it's done by hand really. Some sandpaper. And this paint is actually watercolour paint. What these for painting? Watercolours. Let me just see if I can find it. Where is it? Here it is. It's got a little set like this when I can open it. And the watercolours. You can see. I was painting with watercolour paint. Let them dry, give them a couple of good coats, and I just varnish over the top. I've used that one, and it's been all right. It's you can fish it that way, or you can turn it around and throw it on the line and fish it that way, depending on the water. If you get you get a white cloud, you get like a white water, you can't always see a float. You can't always see a bright float. You want a dark one, so you can fish it either way. And same with that one. If you get a really dull day, you can turn it round as daft as it sounds. That stands out better than what that will. And they're just small floats made out of bits of wood. And by bringing wood, I mean it's bits of branches and sticks that I find. Obviously, used to get a lot from work because of the job I did. But because I live near an nature reserve, there's always bits of wood knocking about. You find sticks and twigs in anywhere, can't you really? And other than making them and bits of lures that I've made, as you've seen before, I make a bit of a quirky spoon. I like to put my own stamp on things really. it's a usable spoon. And again, just out of a stick. 1 teaspoon. Another little face on how much you're going to pick up on camera. As you can see, it was originally a bit of a stick. Let's see how I've sawn it off the wrench. I think that was a piece of ash. You can do some of this in a couple of hours really. Still got bark on the back one. I thought I'd try and, I've never done it like this before, I thought I'd try and do a finger. Excuse this, I'm not being rude, it's just a finger. As you can see, like a piece of birch. It's just a bit of fun, isn't it? It's just, you know, bits of wood everywhere, and you know, I can split that again now and split it down. Well, do it from that side, split it down again, and make another lure. Again, floats. I've even got some. I got a piece up the other day. It were thrown away. This were actually thrown down there. And nature reserve, somebody threw it down on the banking. They've obviously done the garden and threw it down there. And that's what I made. I made them wood spirits in garden that I showed you. They're coming out of that. Obviously it's still green, it's still wet, and that's why they split, and I think it gives them a bit of character. It's easy to work when it's green wood, and by green I mean it's not long been sawn off. It was living, you know, it's easier to carve, but it's wet. When it's seasoned wood's quite hard to do. I mean that is seasoned wood. That is seasoned, is that? That's bone dry, which I've made some of these out of. You see the cracking. If I pick it up on camera, it's actually starting to crack in places. Yeah. Bit of fun you can have with a knife. Right, I might make some more floats. Right, you can see it looks like smoky steam. I've just made a brew. So a cup of tea going. Piece of birch. Well seasoned this. This is what I actually made a finger out of. It's the same piece of birch, believe it or not. It's the same one. This has been sat in the airing cupboard for about, I don't know, about a month. But it is quite seasoned. It's dry as this now. I'm going to make a float out of this today. I'm not going to take you through the whole process because the video just going for God knows how long you'll get bored. You might be wondering what tools I sort of use. Well, to saw that off I'd use an hacksaw. Just a standard hacksaw. Saw it off at hacksaw to the length that I want. Sometimes use an Mora knife, just get the bark off. It doesn't have to be a Mora knife, it can be any knife. Doesn't matter. It's not an expensive hobby this. You can use anything. I mean, I do a lot of work with, I'll call it a box cutter, stand knife, whatever you want to call it. You can do the same job with that really. You can just scrape the bark off, you know, whatever. Does the same job. I did buy a set of knives, 3 knives. Little carving knives. Hook knife, spoon knife, call it what you want. Don't use that a right lot really. I do give some spoons out. Again, you don't need one of them. You can improvise and do it different ways. I got 3 of them. I think it was Amazon for about £12–15, something like that. But again, I don't use them a right lot, to be honest. You can just get away with using one knife. I've seen plenty of people on YouTube, you know, carving stuff with just one pocket knife. And simple, cheap little hobby. Get yourself a knife, make sure it's sharp. You can, I'd always wear gloves. You get bad cuts and everything. I've had some really bad cuts myself. I particularly don't wear gloves, but you should always wear a glove, safety equipment and all that, you know. Just use a pair of gloves. You can. I've actually got this set come with a couple of gloves, cut resist gloves. Won't stop you stabbing your hand, but it'll stop you cutting yourself. As you can see, not being worn. I don't particularly wear gloves. Right, I'll start putting some shape into this. I'll bring it back. Right. Strip some back off, as you can see. And now I'm going to determine the length of the float that I want. I'm restricted by float length because of the length of the drill bit I've got. See, when you get a small drill bit, you're short in length. So I can only make a short float unless I drill one side, turn it around and drill the other. Which you can do. I'm not saying you can't do it, you can. I don't need a whacking great big float. I'm not fishing 120 yard out, you know. I'm not sea fishing with big floats, you know. This is freshwater float. I might be fishing 30 yard out, 20 yard out. I might even fishing close in, you know, right under my feet. A lot of people think that you've got to cast at other end of the world to catch a fish. You don't. A lot of fish are right under your feet. You run a banking, and there'll be fish close into the banking, and you can just drop a float in and have a bit of fun. Watch a small float, sort of, you know, bang and you're in. So yeah, I'm only making a short float for the simple reason, length of my drill bits. And as I said before, you could drill that way and then drill the other way and have, you know, a float twice the length of that. Don't need a big float. I'm not going beach casting. I'm on a small lake, freshwater lake, small float. Backs off. So we'll start sawing, shaping, rounding, drilling. Right, I'll excuse the noise, we've got some horses going past on the daily exercise. Right, so I've just rubbed it down a bit of sandpaper and just basically give it some of that. I've drilled an hole through the middle, the length of my drill bit, which is only very short. I've lost it, don't know where it is. It's a thinner drill bit than that, but it's about the same length. Just before I carry on, this float is going to be a float where the line passes through it. So the line won't be sunk in water, it'll be like coming off. It's more, I use this most for boat fishing really, on freshwater, on a lake. So I can, you know, the rod's stuck up sort of like that, and the line's going down to the float. Like that. So it's not like an underwater sort of float. By that I mean, this is a freshwater float, and it's just got a little clip on the bottom where the line goes through that and then back off. So that the line's under the water. You sink your line in the water, rod in the water, line in the water, and the float will sit about there. So your line will be buried. You want that on a windy day or, you know, moving sort of water. You want to bury your float really. Well, this one is more like my boat float really, for doing my boat. You see, so line will come from the top. Most fishermen will understand what I'm talking about. So you could actually make a float as long as you wanted, really. And you could get like a paper clip, bend it into a little loop and glue it in bottom, and you can have a float as big as you want. But as I say, I'm restricted for the length of my drill bit because I want like a sliding float, if you will, if that makes sense. Rather than a bottom fastened float, this is going to be straight through. So I've drilled the hole, sand it down, I'm going to cut it off, shape it here and there, bit of paint, varnish, job done, and that'll be a fishing float. Right, I've cut it off. I've just put a piece of coat hanger wire through, as you can see. I'd normally use a lot thinner. I've drilled this a bit that way, a bit the opposite way, so I can give it a slightly bigger float, just so you can see it on camera really. And the wires just show that the hole goes all the way through. I normally use a thinner gauge piece of wire to sort of, you know, get my holes lined up. It's just to show you. I've just started shaping the end with my knife, which I've put down somewhere. Like an idiot, I've lost it again. I mean, I've got an 8 foot by 8 foot shed. And it's amazing how you can lose stuff. But I've just started, where's it gone? Where's that? I've just started shaping the end, as you can see, into a bit of a cone with this knife. And I'll do the same on the other end. A bit of sandpaper, chuck a bit of paint on, and she's more or less done. And it's just showing you what you can make. It's out of the stick, lads. Let's carry on. I'm just starting to put a bit of a taper on. Don't have to be perfect. Fish don't mind. I'm not going to look up and think, you know, he's made that float. I'm not going to take that maggot all that worm off there. You know, they're not bothered, are they? So, I should be watching what I'm doing on camera, really. You get the idea, don't you? Just tapering it in up that way, so we get it more or less centralised. We can do it rest with sandpaper, clean it up. I'm going out of focus again. I'm watching what I'm doing rather than watching the camera. It's quite hard to do this, but I think you're getting the idea, right? Right, a bit of sanding and shaping. We've got to that now. You can see that. I think you can, got a hole through it. You can shape this as much as you want. You can, you know, you can have a taper on it, you can have a bulbous end on it, you can thin it right out. You can do whatever you want. But that's the basics of a float. Bit of paint and now varnish to seal it. As I said, a line will come from your rod top, go down, back out, to your bait. I normally use this maybe pike fishing. You don't want a little fish really pulling that underwater. I need quite a bit of weight on to sort of cock the float from. It'll lay in the water like that, obviously, you know, flat. You need weight in it to cock the float like that, and you can pip it right down. I'll have it stood proud. Doesn't really matter with pike fishing. I mean, you can actually get pike floats that lay down like that, and pike will still put in the water. Well, these are just my boat floats. I enjoy making them. They're free. It's free. But you can buy pike floats, of course you can. But I enjoy making things with my hands. As you've seen on my channel, I did take quite a lot of videos off at the very beginning. I made steam engines, traction engines. Me and a good friend of mine used to make like motorbike trikes, made trailers, repaired cars. I've done all sorts. I've always worked with my hands, really. I'm not particularly good at anything, but I enjoy working with these. So I just thought I'd show you. You can make anything. You know, I mean, that come out the same wood as the finger. So out of one stick, I'm not quite sure. I even think that spoon come out of birch. In fact, I think it did. So out of one little stick, I've made a spoon, a finger, and a float which is yet to be painted. So out of a stick, a foot long, 12 inches. I've got three little objects that, listen, it's cost nothing. We're just having a bit of fun, aren't we? With a cheap knife, a bit of sandpaper, and that's what you can make. Right, I'll try and get some paint on this float. This watercolour paint. I might use I found a permanent marker behind. There's a black one. I might do the bottom half in a black permanent marker, just because I haven't got any black water. Do they do black watercolour paint? I'm not sure. I don't paint with watercolour paints. I don't do paintings as such. But I might use a black marker for bottom. And I don't know. Should we do a red top? No. Have a look. We shall see. I don't know how much of this you're going to see, but I'm just getting some. I'm not really thinning this paint out so much. It's watercolour paint, as you can see. I'm just going to put it on. I'll excuse the traffic. There's got a road that runs upside of my house to a cul-de-sac. It's quite busy. Let's just turn that round a little bit. There we go. I've just got it in the drill chuck, just so I can show you on camera. I normally have this advice. I need a few coats this because it will soak in. Look at this top bit. Well, you can't really see what I'm doing, but you'll get the idea. Just let that dry, and it'll dry quite quick being watercolour paint. You'll soon soak in that. I mean, it is cold today. I think it's about 8 degrees. I've no heating in this workshop. I mean, well, I have got heating in the workshop. I just don't use it. I've got a little blow heater. I don't really use that unless it gets into minuses. I mean, like an idiot, I've got a pair of shorts on today. But I do like wearing my shorts. Right. I'll let that dry. Probably give it another coat, see how it goes. Varnish it. It's done. So, a float made out of a twig. Don't get any easier than that, does it? So, it's pointless going into this video. Is going to go on forever, isn't it? But you can see the idea. I've made a float now. I'll varnish that, slide it off, and it's finished. Completed object. It just gives you something to do, doesn't it? I mean, in the time that we're in now in this lockdown, I mean, all you can do is try and find things to do, I suppose. And as I say, I enjoy using my hands. And I've spent many an hour in this workshop making things. And yeah, I hope it inspires some of you to make stuff. You know, not bad, does it? Oh, that wire's a bit bent, isn't it? Hey, dry quicker. Also splashes you with paint. Don't do that at home. But yeah, it's just a bit of fun. Show you what I'm getting up to. Anyway, I hope you all stay safe. I'll see you all soon, and see what I get up to next time in the workshop, or in the house, or in the garden. We'll see. See you all soon. Stay safe. Take care.